EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for October 12th, 2022. It is Wednesday, and the Wednesday video forecast is proudly sponsored by the Walters and Zarinsky team at Keller Williams Real Estate, serving Carbon, Lehigh, and Northampton counties in eastern Pennsylvania. Mention you saw this ad spot on the EPAWA video, and the Walters Zarinsky team will offer a credit toward movers, a 1-year home warranty, or general repairs with any successfully closed real estate transaction. Give Mike and Sarah a call today and find out what sets them apart in the real estate industry. They can be reached at 610-867-8888, proud sponsors of the Wednesday video forecast. Okay, so today we have a partly cloudy start to the day. We are going to be ahead of this frontal boundary, which is going to come through on Thursday evening. So we'll have an increase in clouds well out ahead of it. There's actually a warm front associated with this that's going to move through. That's kind of what's giving those increase in clouds this afternoon. It remains mostly cloudy overnight. Could be a late night shower in a few spots leading into Thursday morning, but I think you'll have some showers scattered during the day, the morning on Thursday, intermittently throughout the morning and early afternoon. Then we're going to get a squall line going, I think. This is going to be a convective low-topped squall line, low-top convection squall line moving through the region. And what that basically means is we don't have a lot of instability to work with. So in order to fuel thunderstorms and severe thunderstorms, you need instability. That's one of the key ingredients for severe weather. And I just don't think we have enough instability at the surface or aloft. But there is enough aloft that we could get some wind gust involved with this, especially with the amount of shear that is involved with this. It's going to move through pretty quickly. So you can get some good wind gusts in a low shear, low cape, high shear environment like we have tomorrow. We have had episodes of that dating all the way back to spring that we've had this year. So there might not be a lot of thunder and lightning with it. Might be some thunder, but I wouldn't get too excited about that part of it with the limited instability. But we will have some gusty winds associated with that squall line as it moves through this afternoon from west to east, and that will go through early evening farther east. Here is the NAM high-res future simulated radar. I'm going to start this off at 6 a.m. You can follow the timestamp in the upper right-hand corner as I move this forward. A few showers popping late at night in a few spots, but it looks like it's mostly a Thursday morning into early afternoon. You see these are spread apart here, though. These are more intermittent through the morning and early afternoon. And then we get the squall line going, okay? And this is going to be during the mid to late afternoon through early evening time frame from west to east. And this squall line here is about 30 to 45 minutes in duration. Moves through. You have some pretty gusty winds with it as it moves through. When I'm talking about gusty winds, we're dealing with a lot of 30 to 40 mile per hour wind gusts, some peak gusts as high as 45 miles per hour. I do realize the Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk out for generally this area right here for severe weather on Thursday. However, I noticed that a lot of times when the Storm Prediction Center issues a marginal risk, it's for storms that are approaching severe. It might be a little strong, which is certainly strong. 30 to 40 mile per hour winds with peak gust 45 would qualify for that. So when it gets close, they just put a marginal out there just to cover that. In case you get something isolated, go a little bit higher, and you can still get damage. Believe me, we work with energy companies that have told us a lot. We've over the past couple of years, and 40 to 45 miles per hour can do damage to. It doesn't necessarily have to be 58 miles per hour or greater for the definition of severe weather in order to produce damage. Okay, wind is going to be unidirectional, so we're not dealing with any tornado threat here. This is just a quick-moving, low-top convection squall line moving through from west to east, and that's going to go through the course of the evening, and then that's off the coast, and we clear out overnight once this passes through. Just want to give you a visualization of the winds here associated with the squall line. Squall line is right about here, and you can see a lot of 30s to 40 mile per hour wind gusts here in this green. But you can see there's a sharp cutoff from behind. You can see where the back edge is right here, and it's pretty well defined as it moves eastward where the back edge is. It goes from the squall line hitting, and you get some 30 to 40 mile per hour gust, again isolated 45, and then it just goes to dead calm after that, just like you have on a squall line of a thunderstorm. Storm passes, it goes back to normal again, right? And that's what we're basically dealing with behind this line. But there will be some wind associated with it as it moves through, so keep that in mind. Now, there's not a big cold air push behind this. We'll get into a little bit of this trough, but it's going to be centered over the Great Lakes. A little piece of that will move eastward behind this. This is not a big cold snap coming in here this time. We do have temperatures still mild ahead of the front today, and even tomorrow, before the front comes through in the evening, it's going to be still on the mild side relative to average. And once this moves through here for Friday, we're back to mostly sunny skies Friday and Saturday. Temperatures are going to be up in the lower 60s, it looks like, on Friday, and then we get back to the middle 60s Saturday and Sunday. Some southeastern areas might make a push at the upper 60s to near 70 by the time we get to Sunday. But mostly sunny Friday and Saturday, partly cloudy here on Sunday. Now we have another trough that's going to come in here on Sunday night and Monday. It's still up in the air how much, if any, precipitation gets out of this. We did leave low percent chances of showers with this in the Sunday night and Monday time frame. Okay, but looks like this most guidance is keeping us dry, and it's kind of splitting up here. And the best forcing is too far removed from the area to really do anything. So if this trend continues, it might be an entirely dry frontal passage. But this one here has a very deep trough that's going to come in here behind it for early next week. We're going to have temperatures that are going to be struggling to get to 50 degrees for a high by the time we get to Tuesday and Wednesday of next week in the wake of this system. So this trough means business. This is the big boy trough I was talking about yesterday, and it has not changed in terms of its impact and how cold it will be, at least in the upper levels, which will translate down to the surface to give us a couple very chilly days relative to average for this time of year. We've got to remember, normal highs right now are still in the mid to upper 60s, okay? So if you have temperatures that are struggling to get to 50, and in some places won't even get to 50 in that time frame, that Tuesday, Wednesday time frame of next week, that's a big deal, okay, for this time of year. Again, everything's relative in weather. It's relative to average and time of year, and this is a little bit too early for this kind of stuff. This is more like November, late November, in fact, with the temperatures that are expected Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. But it will start turning colder already on Monday, and it does look like that trough is going to hang around for a couple days next week, and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But we're looking at a chance for the squall line to come through on Thursday afternoon. All more details on that with the latest guidance in the next video update I do on Thursday morning. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchus. That is your outlook for October 12th, 2022. Have a great Wednesday.